Hello everybody and welcome back to another MTG BulkMythic YouTube video. Today what I want to kind of go over is what do I do with all these cards that I open up? And truth be told, when you open up enough product, it's a lot of cards. And even in times where there's in-store game play and stuff like that and I'm drafting a lot, I end up with a lot of cards. So what do I do to organize the cards that I have? Well, the first thing that I really work on is completing a set. Now, when Wizards moved to all the different variants and things like that of the cards, I did not move in that direction of trying to collect everything of a collector number. I want to collect everything of a set. So the first thing I do once I open my cards is I sort them by color and then I sort them alphabetically because that's the easiest and quickest way to get them in the regular set collector number order. So if you see down here at the bottom of the card, it will show you the total number of cards in the set and then what card this fits in the collector. And then I put them in these 3-ring binders. I use the Ultra Pro 9-pocket sleeves. I can buy them in bulk, boxes of 100 of them at a time, and I have multiple D-ring, 3-ring binders, and then I just use these little tabs here, and I will flip. This is Zendikar Rising. I'll flip over here to Kaladesh. And I'll show you what I do. So basically, as I go through it, I'm just looking, do I have that card? And then do I have the version of the card that I want? Because first goal is to have one of each. And then the second goal is to have the version that I like when it comes to these multiple versions. So I just kind of thumb through here. You know, I have a lot of these already because I have done some openings. But I pay attention here. So Doomscar, that's our first of that one. We'll go ahead and slot it in. And then when I get to things like, okay, I try to increase like apparent, basically the equity of the cards. So here's a non-foil. I'm going to go ahead and replace it with a foil for this common here. Now this is where the set boosters come in handy because the distribution of the rarities, you get more of the higher rarities a lot of the times. And you are able to get more foils and alternate versions at the same time too. So I just kind of go through here and as you can see, I've got a lot of the cards that you've already seen opened on the channel here, and I'm just looking at what I have acquired and what I haven't. And as you go through, you very quickly find the cards that you can upgrade and or fill in the gaps and things like that. Now, I've gotten some pretty nice cards so far. A lot of foils, again, because I do buy the set boosters to open up. And then a lot more rares because there's a little bit higher frequency of rares in the sets and the set boosters. Again, if you're one of those who's looking for a lot of the really fancy ones, maybe the collector boosters are for you. I started buying the collector boosters when they were a new product, and then I kind of got away from it because they were just pretty expensive and I didn't see the value in it for me. But if you're trying to find a lot of the showcase frames, a lot of the alternate arts, foils, a lot more foils in there, then maybe that's the product for you. Like here, even my Ovar, I can go ahead and put this foil Ovar here in the book. And then as I go through and I get things done, sorted and all kind of stuff, then the next thing that I do is I will go through the stacks, and I basically have a box for each color. Right now they're just a fat, what used to be called a fat pack, but what are actually the bundles now. I have a bundle box for each color, and I pull out the rares and what I feel like is a playable card or something I might want to build with, whether it's in standard or modern, any, or commander, any constructed format that I like. And I will pull those aside, and then I stop paying so much attention to the sets. So here I already have a foil Cinderheart, so this non-foil isn't going to make it in here. But I stopped paying so much attention to the individual sets. I just put them in alphabetical order, and that's because when I'm building, the priority there is to find the cards as quickly as possible. And with the reprint policy and all that, if I'm looking for a specific card and there's a specific art style that I liked in a different set, then I don't want to have to remember what set that was. I just want to be able to find it quickly. So by putting them all in alphabetical order, I don't keep duplicate play sets if I don't want to. I don't have the problem of, oh, I didn't find it in this set. Oh, wait, never mind. I collected it out of the other one and all that kind of stuff. And so I can do my deck building as efficiently as possible for the different things. And then after that, anything that I could probably find of value, I will set aside, trade in at the local game store, and or put into my trade binder, as it is important to have those available, because sometimes you can do those 1-for-1 trades and get better value of it. I mean, game stores, when you trade them in, they have to leave a profit margin there, and they also have to absorb some of the fluctuation in the card prices. So when you trade them in, then you are kind of taking a bit of a loss, but it gives you credit towards a larger card pool. Whereas you can also do 1-for-1 trades with players at your local game stores. So here, as an example, I have 2 different fins that I opened in this last set of booster packs from the set booster box. One is the normal, one is the showcase frame. The showcase frame has a higher collector number, if you can see that, 316, which is above the 285 cards in the set, and that's because these special editions go above the set numbers. But I'm going to use this in the place of it. So normally fins are 170, so I'm going to put the showcase frame in the 170 slot and keep moving here as an example. And then I already have a Glittering Frost foil even, so we'll move beyond that one. Next one is Ravenous Lindworm. I don't know if I end up with a Ravenous Lindworm, or even if I do have the foil. Let's find out. I do not have the Ravenous Lindworm, so filling it in with a foil is even better. Right, so that's what I do. I go through and I keep them. I have binders upon binders. I'm going to go ahead and replace this roots with a foil here. And this is just for me, later on, if I want to look back and see what I've collected, or if I want, when I have the opportunity to put an honest effort into actually completing the sets through finding. And there's my Phyrexian language. Oh, what is his name? It's escaping me right now. But I got this out of the first pre-release pack that I opened. It didn't end up on the channel due to technical difficulties. But Phyrexian Mythic of Big Boy there. And I was super stoked about that, and kind of sad that the recording didn't work out, that I could actually put it on the channel. But maybe I can salvage, a piece of that recording for you guys, maybe a little bit later on in a highlight reel if I choose to do so. But then so once I have the opportunity to maybe fill out these binders a little bit better, I will put a concerted effort into acquiring the cards that I didn't, just through pack openings or play or trade or whatever it is. And then that way I can look back on them later on and enjoy the time and the monetary investment, to be honest, that I put into this. There's my collection. My earnest collection only goes back to about the Khans of Tarkir block. When I came back to Magic and started playing more consistently and was actually working at getting better. 20, 29, 30, and not just getting better, but winning, and 20, 29, 30, 31, 32. What is Vega? Vega is 33. So go there. Or 30. No. It is 233. So here's where I kind of get messed up because luckily I have this to reference because it has the original collector number. Otherwise, I have to go to the gather or the card image gallery to find the original version. So 233. So this is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Yeah, that's the right spot for it. Anyway, and collecting. So I actually managed to collect a full set, or actually two full sets of Khans of Tarkir, and of the second one, I actually made a cube because I just loved drafting Khans of Tarkir, just the set itself, without anything else. No dragons, no Fate Reforged, anything like that. So I built a cube around that, and I will showcase that in a later video so you guys can see it. But because I played so heavily during that time and I was actually pretty good at that format and I really enjoyed it, I drafted a lot and I came into possession of a lot of cards and was able to complete two full sets. So that was the first, and I think right now the only set that I've completed, but I've gotten several that are very, very close. So this is what I do with them. I get them in the binders, and then the rest of them I set to the side. If I can play with them, great. If I can't, then I try to get some value out of them because Magic is not an inexpensive hobby. And from there, it's all about, how can I maximize it, and then sharing the rest of it with everybody else. I've given away. There was one game store before I moved towns that I literally gave them 10,000 bulk rares, or sorry, not bulk rares, bulk commons and uncommons, because I had played so much and drafted so much. I really do enjoy drafting, that I came into possession of all these cards, and they weren't worth anything, but they partnered with local schools, with boys and girls clubs and stuff like that, and so I donated them to them. They donated to those organizations to get more cards into the hands of younger individuals who might enjoy the game. So I even go as far as trying to fill out a set of the tokens, and if I can, then I will, but I already have literally all of those, and that's how I do it. I've got a shelf full of little black binders just like this, and the bundle boxes, and that allows me to hang on to the cards that I wish to collect, keep the ones that I wish to deck build with, and then sort out the ones that I don't. Because if you stay in this game long enough, you'll very quickly find that you will come into possession of a lot of cards. They stack up very quickly. They take up a lot of space. And to be honest, if they're in a box, if they're just sitting on a shelf and they're not being played with, then it's defeating the purpose. This is a game piece. Magic the Gathering is about coming together and playing a game with friends. So the faster you can figure out which ones you're going to hang on to, which ones are of value of you, and they get the rest of them out there into the wild, into the economy, the more joy you're going to bring to other people, and the more people you're going to bring into this excellent game that has brought me friendship, it's brought me stress relief, it's brought me a lot of different things, and probably as long as they continue to print these little pieces of cardboard, I'm going to keep playing this game. So that's just a quick insight into the way that I organize my cards, and I will be showing you guys some more of the different cubes and collections that I have as the channel goes on. Like the video if you like what we're doing, share with a friend, find us on Facebook, and let everybody else know that we are sharing our hobby together.